Welcome to Goldthorpe, a once thriving mining village with a proud history, shaped by hard work, community spirit and the rise and fall of South Yorkshire's coal industry. But like many former pit towns, Goldthorpe has faced decades of challenges: unemployment, crime concerns, boarded up shops and falling house prices. In this video we're taking an honest look at Goldthorpe, the struggles it faced and what life here is really like today. From the streets to the people who call this place home, this is Goldthorpe in 2025. So Goldthorpe is a former mining village located in South Yorkshire, once built on the strength of its coal industry and the tight-knit community that grew around it. At its peak, the local colliery employed generations of family and powered the region's economy. But when the mines closed in the 1990s, the area was left facing unemployment, poverty and decades of decline. So today Goldthorpe is known for low house prices, boarded up streets, which we'll take a look at now, and ongoing regeneration efforts. Now some of these houses are lived in, yet right next door to some you have others fully boarded up and have been for a good while. A quick look inside one of the houses up for sale here. Looks like if you don't board up these windows, they will end up getting smashed in like this one. So most of these houses sit in a row behind the main street. You can see the state of the road here isn't great either. Just across the road here, this one looks pretty knackered. Taking a look at the road across the way, these look in pretty good condition with people living in. But again, just on the corner here, we have another pretty big building just boarded up. Every single window is covered on this one. Now, Goldthorpe's origins date back over 1,000 years, with its first recorded name being Goldthorpe in the 1086 Domesday Book. The area was originally a small medieval farming village, and its modern development was largely shaped by the coal mining industry from the 17th century onwards. Just at the end of the road though, you do have this pretty impressive looking St. John and St. Mary's Magdalene Church. But heading back down the road, we have the back of the building we just covered, completely overgrown. Another look at the knackered house as we just move past into the next street. Now again, along here we have a mix of lived-in houses in pretty good condition, and then a few doors down we have the boarded up windows again. And along this road you have a mix of the older houses on one side, then right across the road are some fresh looking new builds. We have the Unity room here for events just around the corner of those set of houses. And just looping back to the back of the houses from earlier, you can see some of the state of the back gardens along here. The sun's pretty bright for filming, but here's a look along the back. You can see all the boarded up windows, one after another. As the video goes on, we'll take a look at some of these house prices, see if they are the cheapest in Britain. This one even has a sofa, some mattresses and trash laying about in it. So again, more work being done on a few of the houses, signs of a regeneration effort. Plenty of for sale signs about the place as well. And at the back we have this set of worn out garages lined up. These two don't look so bad. Checking out a few more of the other streets, you don't have to go too far to find somewhere boarded up. The road is looking in bad shape again here, and of course you've got another mattress layout. Another for sale sign. Again, lived in houses right next door to boarded up ones. So before we move on, let's have a look into exactly what's happened here in Goldthorpe. And so as mentioned earlier, for much of the 20th century, Goldthorpe was a thriving pit community, where the colliery wasn't just a workplace, it was the centre of social life, identity and economic security. Whole families worked in the industry and almost every local business relied on miners' wages. Entering into the Thatcher era, coal industry cuts and the push for pit closures. In the 1980s, Margaret Thatcher's Conservative government moved to reduce subsidies in the coal industry, close pits deemed uneconomic, break the power of the National Union of Mine Workers. And for Goldthorpe, this was catastrophic. The village had one major industry. Once the pit was threatened, everything else became unstable. Going into the 1984 to 85 miners' strike, Goldthorpe was deeply involved in the strike, with mass pickets, clashes with the police, bitter division in families and streets, heavy policing throughout South Yorkshire, and the defeat of the strike effectively sealed the fate of Goldthorpe's pit. In the aftermath of the closure, when the colliery finally closed in 1994, the damage was already done. Thousands of jobs vanished, and there were no alternative industries waiting to absorb the workers. With economic collapse and the pit gone, shops closed, pubs shut, services struggled, investment dried up, and wages dropped significantly. And with the plunge in house prices, Goldthorpe became one of the cheapest housing markets in Britain. Entire streets were boarded up, left derelict, targeted by landlords buying cheap rentals, and hit by antisocial behaviour and vandalism. Leading to social fragmentation, the combination of unemployment and loss of identity contributed to rising crime, drug issues, long-term poverty, poor health outcomes, generational employment, and these problems are not unique to Goldthorpe. They're found across many former pit villages, but the impact here was especially deep. Now, with the long-term fallout, even in 2025, Goldthorpe still carries the scars of the mining collapse. The housing and dereliction, many streets still show boarded up terraces, low property values, poor maintained rental homes, abandoned shops and commercial buildings. There's low wages and limited opportunity. Although some regeneration has happened, Goldthorpe continues to rank in low employment, low income and high deprivation. There is a sense of identity loss as older generations remember Goldthorpe as a pride mining town. Younger generations grew up without the industry, creating a loss of shared purpose, a disconnect between past and present, and tensions around identity and pride. There is also obviously political distrust, and the village experienced decades of political resentment, especially towards Westminster and central government. The Thatcher bonfire effigy in 2013, pictured above, is one example often cited. Now, a bit later on in the video, we'll take a look at what's being done to improve Goldthorpe, but first let's go take a look at the main high street here in the village. So one of the first shops we come across here is the local baker's, which is empty and closed. And so now taking a look at the shops, apparently there is an excessive amount of hairdressers and barbers, and we only have to go a few doors down before we find our first barbers here. Got to watch out, the mobility scooters don't mow you down. Spuddy street potatoes across the road next to Betfred. There's also a gym at the back. And we do have a few CCTV cameras visible about the place.
Well, I don't come up Goldthorpe that often. I live down Highgate. It's very rare I come up here, so I couldn't tell you much about it.
Is it a little bit of a trek, like do you have to get the bus in?
Yeah, well, my husband usually brings me up like and I come up.
Oh, I see, okay. Yeah. I've read up a little bit about the place. I know there's like
a
development
lot of
going.
shops in that shop.
Yeah, a lot of things shutting down.
My daughter showed me the other day on Facebook or something.
Right.
People were talking about it.
That's it. I don't know if a few places are going to be getting redeveloped or whatnot, like the pub.
This is supposed to be.
Yeah, but have you seen much of that being done or?
No.
No, they're taking the time.
Seriously, it's very rare I come up, so we usually go to Barnsley.
Right, it's not the best for shops or anything anymore?
No, not like it used to be.
Alright, no worries then. Cheers for your time. So as the woman said there, a lack of shops nowadays isn't great. Again, across the road and right here we have pretty big buildings all closed and boarded up. But carrying on further down, we have another hairdresser's. Take note of Elmhurst across the road. Apparently they do the best pies in Yorkshire. We'll go take a look in a bit. And here we have the Rusty Dudley, the only pub along this whole stretch as far as I know, which again is boarded up and closed. Your traditional local. This is all looking in pretty bad shape. You can see here it's all fenced off at the back, and behind the shops here isn't looking great either. Even more smashed windows. The back fences are looking a bit worn down. Having a look behind the shops here, it's pretty much as you'd expect. Now just taking a look at some of the back of the houses again, we don't have to go far to find a dump. Although it is right next to a brand new patio layout. You've got even more windows smashed in. And the back of this one here looks to be one of the worst. If you take a look at the state of this. Fridge and mattress combo included. There has also been cases in the past where kids have broken into some of the houses and even set fire to some. So back on the main high street, we will go take a look down the other streets here. But first to Elmhurst to give you a look at the best pies in Yorkshire. A must try if you're ever passing through here. So just coming down the street from the shop there, we have a community church, which used to be boarded up but looks to be done up again now. You also have this new Hope art piece just outside the church, helps brighten up the place. And right next door you have a post office. More CCTV outside. And just at the end of this road, we have this overgrown green area where people definitely cut through. You've got plenty of empty tinnies laying around in there as well. Coming down the road opposite the Rusty Dudley, there are plenty of boarded up bargains to be had down here. Seems to be a fair bit of work going on around here, pretty noisy as you can tell. This open patch of land here used to be a row of houses which have all been knocked down now, maybe to make way for some new builds. Right opposite we have what I think is the Golden Nugget Working Man's Club, unless it's changed name by now. Looks like something out of an earthquake down there. And here we have plenty of homes all sealed up ready for sale. Now house prices along this street and the ones we covered earlier are listed as little as 10 to 20k. Now recently, as of November 2025, some of these are now up for auction, but others you can still buy outright, which are being sold by the local authority. These all desperately need some work doing to them though. So if you're rich enough, you could pretty much buy up most of the streets along here. I'll put up a few screenshots on screen now to show you the prices of ones that are currently listed and ones that have been sold. So there are some bargains to be had, but now let's go take a look at the end of this road. Rest in peace to Donna, tagged just on the corner here. And now these houses at the very bottom might be in the worst state out of any in the village. You can see the back here has turned into a dumping ground. And it looks like we do have some guys here actively working on these houses. Taking a look at the front of these, you can see the state that they've been left in. Plenty of graffiti and trash all over. Now, from the screenshots I just showed you earlier, this house in particular is up for 20k at the moment. I'll show you a few more screenshots of the state of the inside. You can see some of these are lived in, but they are right next door to ones that are just literally rotting away. quick look around the back here, you do get a strong smell of weed around these parts. The corporation curtains are up all over this place. Another memorial to Donna on the wall here. And again, another knackered looking home with an extension on the roof of this one. A quick look around the back here, you can see it's just as bad as the ones from across the road. And of course you've got your standard cock and balls tags sprayed on the wall. You can get a good look at the state that this has been left in. Just down the alley here, a lot of back gardens are in a similar state. Again, in contrast, you have some fresh looking garages next door, and right opposite looks to be a scrapyard. A lot of these look like they've been in the middle of a war zone. And again, opposite the street are some nice looking houses. A proper mixed match around here. Checking out the front of the house, completely overgrown and boarded up. Yeah, right next door has someone living there. Looks like this one on the end is up for sale. And right down the road here looks pretty industrial. Not quite sure what this building is, but it's a fair big size. You've got the scrapyard next door. Just at the back of the building here, right next door, is a brand new housing estate. This just used to be open fields, which Goldthorpe is surrounded by. So coming back up the road, you've got the Goldthorpe Elm Church. Not quite sure what this machine is for, but if you know, comment below. A nice bit of barbed wire around the top of your local church here. It doesn't look the most welcoming of churches. Again, more new builds across the road. Signs of the redevelopment going on. And just taking a look down more of the alleyways here. They're left in pretty bad shape all over the village. Looks to be more work going on at the back here. We've got this ginger cat squaring up to us down this alley. It's ran off to tell its mates. Looking worn out and overgrown all the way down here. Big brother always watching.
It's a lot better than what it used to be. I mean, I've been here 7 years.
Okay.
And, you know, they're friendly enough. And it's like a nice little community.
Great.
You've got everything around here, really. You've got Aston, you've got Elm.
You bump into the same people now and again.
Yeah. And people, you go to the shops, you know, because I'm on my own, and they all say hello, and they all know you. and I think it's good, and I live in that street.
Oh, okay.
And everyone knows everybody.
Great.
But they don't sort of in your face.
Okay.
They always say, "You all right? You need any help?"
Always checking up on you.
Yeah. But I think I love it around here.
Do you
You've
ever...
got bus stops. That one here goes to Barnsley and Doncaster.
Right.
The one further down, past the traffic lights, go to Doncaster, Thurscope, and then if you go around the corner by Asda, that can go to Rotherham.
Oh, so we've got a few decent transport
and
links.
you've got train station down the bottom.
Happy. Well, I was just going to say, on top of all of that, do you ever experience much trouble around here or any?
When I first moved here, it was bad.
Was that about 7 years ago?
Yeah. But it's the kids, they just run a bit silly, and then when they were knocking the houses down, they were setting fire to the empty houses. And now they're going to be knocking all the houses down in Colchester Street.
Is there not too much of them for the kids to do around here, would you say?
Not really, no. I mean, they've got the park up the road,
right.
But it's like everywhere else. When we were kids, we used to have youth clubs and everything. But
well, that's it. A lot of them are shutting along with the pubs as well. I noticed, is it that the only pub over there?
It's not too bad. You just have a lot of break-in, but that's calmed down a lot. You know, so I think the naughty ones have moved out. You know,
right.
Gone somewhere else.
So it's a lot more calmer, but it's close-knit.
Yeah, I'm happy here. I like it here.
Perfect.
You know, some people say, "Oh, bloody hell, it's awful." But the point is, if you don't like it, move. I like it.
That's it,
Because
right?
they've got everything, you know, everything on the doorstep.
It does look like they just need a bit of investment in some of the houses. Like you said, they're knocking some of them
Yeah,
down.
well, they're making new houses across the back of the school here.
I've noticed that a lot of the new estates are like very modern.
Yeah, and they're going to, so in my street, they're putting houses there. Next street, they're knocking the whole street down.
Oh,
you
wow,
know.
okay.
So it's going to be nice. It's a nice, I mean, it used to be like a little village, but it's popping up. The only thing I think we're missing here is like our own greengrocers. We've got our own butcher, you
Right.
know. And
Just something a bit more fresh in terms of like...
if someone had the money to put a laundrette up here, it'd be a killing, because it'd be good. with a
There's a gap here for it, right?
There's a lot of nail places, hairdressers and barbers.
Hairdressers are here, yeah, a lot of
Yeah,
barbers.
there's a lot.
Yeah.
But no, I'm happy around here myself. I'm really happy.
Great.
And it's lovely because you haven't got far to go for the walk. You've got a nice park.
There's a lot of greenery as well.
Yeah, go down here, turn right, past the church, and you're in the Phoenix Park.
Okay.
That's a nice big park. That's where the mines lie, you know, the coal mines.
Just a bit more
I'm
investment
happy,
and
yeah.
it's improved, yeah?
Yeah, I think it's nice. The house of the building's lovely, but I don't know whether people, like myself, I couldn't afford them houses on my pension and stuff, you know, and
Oh yeah,
they
not the
should
new.
give houses more to people that, you know, can't afford those type of houses. £700, £800 a month, that's a lot of money.
Yeah,
And
that's
when
steep.
people got children,
Oh yeah, absolutely. Especially
It's-
today with everything.
yeah.
No, you're spot
No,
on.
I'm happy. I like it round here.
Great.
It's a nice area. It's a nice community. You've got nice pubs. You've got a pub round the corner by Asda. It's called the Union Jack. Once a month they do a get together for the golden oldies.
Oh,
you know,
perfect.
And it's
Something
really
for
good.
everyone then,
Pay
dear.
£5. You've got entertainment. Get fed. And people are so friendly in there. You know, it's.
Great.
I think
Okay.
it's good.
Overall good then, yeah?
I'm
Perfect.
happy. You
Excellent.
find somebody say,
Yeah, well you're always going to have them, aren't you?
Yeah, you get
At least there's a little bit of investment
Okay.
starting to show.
Thank
Great.
you.
Cheers for your time. Thank you. Bye-bye. So the woman who was good enough to talk to us there gave a pretty good summary of Goldthorpe today. So let's have a look what else is happening around here. Just going past Mr. Blue's vape shop. So coming back up onto the main road, again we've got a war zone right here. Yet right opposite is a huge contrast with Goldthorpe's brand new primary school. Now right at the end of the road we have a huge new housing estate which is being built right next door to the school. And again, you don't have to go too far down the road to spot some more fly tipping, and of course it's a mattress. So this is Goldthorpe's Reform Working Men's Club. As you can see there, function suite, sports room and lounge, memberships available. And just at the top of the road from the club, you do have this pretty big park. And so before we move on, just to take a quick look at some of the positive changes being made here in Goldthorpe. Now, despite the struggles, there are improvements in terms of new housing developments, investment through regeneration schemes, improved transport links to Doncaster, local businesses slowly returning, community groups rebuilding local pride, a local policing team and crime monitoring. However, despite the ongoing improvements, the shadow of the 1980s still heavily shaped Goldthorpe's landscape and reputation. A look down the alleyway here. Some of these walls look like a mortar's hit them. Not looking the best. At least you've got the flag flying high. Now the back door here is completely gone, and the back of the garden looks like a wasteland. And a few feet away is this brand new looking garage. Sofa in the front garden there. And a few of these front gardens are looking pretty grim. Now here's something you don't often see now. These old detailed lampposts are much better than the plain modern poles. And just hidden away, peeking between the houses here, looks to be a water tower. Just around the corner we have this retro Triumph car, looking in real good condition for its age. You'd be the talk of the village cruising around in this. Coming back much further down the main high street now, there's this huge overgrown piece of land just sitting here. Well, it looks like we have a memorial piece of some kind placed into the pavement here as well. Again, Goldthorpe's history dates back about 1,000 years. So this is the Horse and Groom Public Square here in Goldthorpe. There's a map of the village. There you can see the sign for the square. It's also recently been enhanced with new murals. And this piece along the walls looks to show parts of Goldthorpe's past. few more shops further down the way here. Included a fully boarded up charity shop. You've also got another post office. Another sign for the public square. And you've got the police station right opposite. And so to round up the video, here's a look inside the brand new housing estates. And so overall, Goldthorpe is a village shaped by the collapse of its coal industry, a place that's faced its fair share of challenges and home to some of the lowest house prices in Britain. Decades of boarded up homes and broken promises have left their mark, but beneath the struggle there's resilience. Regeneration projects, investment plans and a community fighting for a better future are beginning to take shape. With this, Goldthorpe now stands at a crossroads. Remain a symbol of forgotten Britain or begin a new chapter. Its future will depend on what happens next.